So it's October, Halloween's right around the corner, so why not check out Netflix's new holiday themed movie? Hey guys, welcome back for another review. Today I'm going to be looking at the Netflix Happy Madison 2020 movie, Hubie Halloween, starring Adam Sandler, Julie Bowen, and Kevin James, and also a ton of other actors from all the previous Happy Madison movies and just big actors from the late 90s all the way to the late 2000s. Now, I was quite skeptical before I watched this movie because Netflix and Adam Sandler don't really go too well together in the last 10 years anyway. I think a Murder Mystery wasn't bad, and Uncut Gems, even though I don't know if that's a Netflix original or not. So I had no idea what to expect with this one. So this movie's about the town of Salem, where spooky stuff starts happening and people start going missing. Hubie Dubois is on the case, and he's a good-hearted man who is almost like a child trapped in a man's body almost, and he's just trying to keep everybody safe on Halloween night. So right away, one of the biggest positives of this movie for me is the Halloween setting. They did a really good job of it. You get trick-or-treaters going by, all the decorations, a little too many Harley Quinn costumes, but you get this radio station that's playing throughout the movie. That's really cool. It's a little like a spooky Halloween radio station, which leads to a pretty funny gag later in the movie. We also get like songs like Monster Mash playing. And all of this just really makes you feel like you're in the holiday season. Another great thing about this movie is the surrounding cast. Like, I'll talk about Adam Sandler later, but everybody around him is great, I find anyway. And even all the old actors you used to hang out with, there's cameos, there's all this stuff. But Kevin James, Julie Bowen, all of them, I don't want to name too many because some of them are spoilers, and this is non-spoiler. But they do a great job. They're funny, and they don't go too far with the humor. We got Kevin James, who plays a cop. Must know him from King of Queens. And he plays it pretty good, and his former lover is Julie Bowen, who is Violet Valentine in this movie, and she kind of has a crush on Hubie, the main character. It's also like a little Easter egg. There's a bunch of them thrown out all through the movie from Sandler's older movies, but she was on Happy Gilmore with Adam Sandler, which is cool to see them back together. Then we also got characters like Hubie's mother, which is like an older lady, but she has these hilarious sayings on her shirts that she keeps buying from the thrift store, which I think you're going to really love. Also, with the people going missing and the spookiness of the town during the Halloween, it does a pretty good job at the mystery part. Like, I didn't really see certain things coming. The way things play out, it doesn't just hand it to you, which I found was really, really neat for especially for a Netflix original. And the way the final act plays out, it's like I said, I didn't see it coming either. It was a little corny in that, but I found it worked pretty well. Now let's get into the Hubie character. Like I said, he's like a man-child. He's scared to death of everything. There's so many scenes in the movie where little things just, like little decorations just make noises and scares the shit out of him. And like he even goes to like a haunted house in one part of the movie, and it actually makes for a great scene. The only problem with Adam Sandler's character is that he does that stupid voice that he's been doing for 20 some years. Like, it was okay in Waterboy and in Lil Nicky and Billy Madison. It all worked great back then, but he's not in his 20s anymore, and it just doesn't work anymore for me. And it's not just the voice. Only like 50% or so of his jokes really land. I feel like I said before, the surrounding cast is a much better than him. And a lot of the times that I did laugh or appreciate Sandler on the screen was when it was just Easter eggs and throwbacks from other films he was in. And Sandler is so naive in this movie. You have different people manipulating him. Like the kid, everybody in this movie pretty much bullies him and treats him like garbage. And he just takes it, and he's so naive. Like he likes this girl, but he's too shy to talk to her. And she likes him back and is giving him all these signals and signs, but he just doesn't pick them up. And he tries to protect the town on this night, and he goes around with like a hall monitor badge on, and and trying to keep everybody safe. He's just the nicest guy you'll ever meet, but he's a big scaredy cat. Now, the stuff that really doesn't land with me is the slapstick humor. Like, it's very outdated, I find. Like say for an instance, driving down the road and you're looking on the side forever and then you run into something and fly off. It's like you see it coming a mile away. It's more the verbal jokes and the original content that was more funny. Like I said, when you're just flying off stuff, or it just didn't work. It's not my type of humor. It might work for you though. Another thing I'm kind of mixed about is the tone of this movie. It's a PG-13 horror comedy. It's more like a holiday themed comedy, but there's certain things that are very childish where I'm like, okay, this is for a family or for kids. But then they're throwing in other jokes that are more for adults, like about sexual content or about like drugs or different things like that, where I'm like, what? Like just the sayings on the mom's shirt. Like, I was like, well, that ain't really for kids. It would work for PG-13, but it's almost like this movie's only made for 13-year-olds, because the adult stuff would work and the child stuff would work for them. But if you're an adult, you might find this too childish, and if you're a kid, this might be too much for you. Since I'm a huge horror fan, I would have loved this having an R rating, and they really just go for it and would have great kills and everything. This could have been a really good movie, and I would say it would have brought back Sandler to top notch, but that didn't really happen. So overall, this was an okay movie for me. It's not something I'm going to watch every Halloween, maybe every third or so, like mix it up every few years, but it's just not a staple for every year. But if you want to watch a new Halloween themed movie that's a lot more on the silly side of things or goofy side of things, or just are interested in Sandler's career and wanted to watch all of his movies, if you're a fan of him, it's definitely something worth checking out, especially if you watched his old movies because of all the Easter eggs and little jokes referring to it, right? A lot of references. This movie is full of references. But don't get me wrong, this is not an old Sandler movie. This is his new style, but it's better than most of his new stuff. So in the end, I'm going to give this movie a 6.5 out of 10. It gets the passing grade, but like I said, it's not something I'll watch every year, probably every third year. And go stream it on Netflix if you got nothing else to watch. Why not? It's the holidays. Well, that's it for this non-spoiler review, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.